going to learn now is F major hands together 2 octaves. Now F major is an interesting one. It's actually one of my favourites, funnily enough. The first thing we need to know is the key signature. So F major has a B flat in its key signature. The rules that we've learned thus far, if you've been following my videos in a certain order, are 3, 4, 3. They have been the things that have helped us out with C major, G major, and some of the others. F major for right hand doesn't have that rule. So what we're going to do is look at F major hands separately, and then, as I always like to do, try and get a story that unifies both hands so you're not having to play one hand off against the other. So we're going to start with left hand for this one. Left hand, we're going to take not the F below middle C, but the one below that, and that's just in advance of us doing this hands together. Left hand is going to follow the same 3, 4, 3 rule that he always does. So we're going to get our B flat ready. That's a little bit of a trick. 3, 4, 3. We'll take this back to the beginning and try again. 3, 4, 3. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that, and we'll come back and look at the descending. So to descend, we've got all the way to our thumb at the top. We get to our 3 and our thumb runs underneath. 4, and our thumb does it again. 3, and does it one more time. And finally we can get to the bottom. So this is all about thumb's revenge. 3, thumb. 4, thumb. 3, thumb. Pause the video at this point if you need to, and just work on the coming down portion. So here we go then, all the way through, and again always remember that this is like a rebound. When we get to the top, we don't play that top note twice, we come straight back. 3, 4, 3. Straight back, thumb under, thumb under, thumb under. Try that once more. Now at this point, if you haven't paused the video already, go ahead, pause that and really work on the left hand, and next we'll be looking at the right hand. So for right hand, we're going to start with our thumb on an F as per usual. Now the reason why this one is slightly different is because if we were to try and follow the same 3, 4, 3 rule, 3, see how that flat falls exactly where we don't want it to, right when we're just about to do a change. Nobody wants to be thinking about 2 things at once if we can help it. So this actually follows the backwards rule of 4, 3, 4. So we're used to 3, 4, 3, and we now have 4, 3, 4. I would probably suggest, in some ways, if you can, to kind of discount that rule a little bit. Some people prefer it and they like to have the numbers in their head, and they like to know that it's the backwards version because it kind of it gives it an identity for them. I would actually just suggest that you think about getting your flat out of the way before you do a thumb under, or a change as we call it. So what you end up with is a 4 thumb, but really we don't want to think about too many numbers if we can help it. So just think about, get the flat out of the way, then put your thumb down. Now we're going to go up a little bit higher and wait until we get to F to put our thumb down again. Because it's F major and he is the boss after all, he's going to try and command that thumb back to him in the middle. So flat out of the way, thumb on F. If you need to, pause the video, have a little go at just that thumb in the middle. So now we have commanded our way to thumb in the middle. The second octave is exactly the same rule. Flat out of the way, change. But what you'll notice is we end up on a 4 at the top. And this tends to be where most of my students go, now we don't want that. F is in charge. We're going to stop at that F. So sadly, little finger doesn't get a go in this scale. Now he might be quite happy about that, gets a scale off for a change. So always remember, when you get to the top, if it feels a bit funny, just remind yourself that you're meant to finish on a 4. So we're going to start this from the bottom, flat out of the way, change. Thumb on the boss, F, flat out of the way, 4 at the top. By all means, pause the video at this point and just practice the ascending. So to do the descending part of this, we want to start on that 4th finger that we finished on. That's an easy part. Coming down, we are going to follow that 4th finger. So 4, 3, 4. 4th finger played B flat on the way up. So he's going to play him on the way down. This 4th finger is kind of special in this one. If you think of F for F major, but F for 4. Think of it as F for 4. He's going to be playing a lot of the special notes in this one, all the B flats and the F at the top. So he gets this B flat, which means our next change must be 3 because he hasn't go yet. And then our B flat with 4. Now true to form, we're going to try this just that 1 octave to the F in the middle. B flat. Again, by all means, pause the video and just try that 1st octave if you need it. So we're coming down, but this time we're going to try and get all the way down to the bottom. 4. 3 for the little one, and 4 again. So here's that descending once more. Now this time we're going all the way through. Well done! So you've now done the right hand as well. As usual, go back if you need to, pause it at any point that will help you to remember the fingers. Any sticky points, pause it there and just isolate the bit that needs your attention before we go hands together. Now for hands together, we're going to assume that the fingers for hands separately are fine. And this time we're going to have a storyline that involves both hands. So with this, we're going to have our right hand start where he did and left hand 1 octave lower. Now the milestones we're looking for in this are thumbs together on C and F as we go up. Now the hand I would follow would be your left hand. He hasn't really got a choice. As long as he gets his fingers right and his changes right, he doesn't really have a choice as to where his thumb goes, because it will just be there when he needs it. So when he puts a thumb down, so does your right hand. Here's his 3. Thumbs together in the middle. So let's try that once more. Thumbs together. He needs to do a 3 change. So thumbs together. Pause the video very quickly, have a little go at just the thumbs together in the middle. So now that we've mastered thumbs together in the middle, left hand is going to do that crazy 4 that we often talk about in scales. And we aim for thumbs together on C again. So once you've gotten to the middle, we have our crazy 4 moment, but we aim for thumbs together on C. Let's try that once more, and then we're going to push it on a little bit. Crazy 4, thumbs together, and left hand does one more change. That lands us at F. And again, remember that little finger doesn't play for right hand. So from the middle, thumbs together, crazy 4 for left, thumbs together on C, to the top. Now if you want to, pause it and go back to the thumbs together on F, ascending, and just try that last bit before we try all the way up 2 octaves. Here we go then, from the beginning, ascending 2 octaves. Thumbs together on C, thumbs on F, crazy 4, thumbs on C, finish at the top. So once more. Pause the video at this point if you haven't done so already previously, and just try that ascending, hitting the milestones of the thumbs together as you go. Now for the descending, so we've managed to get our way all the way up to a thumb and a 4 at the top for right hand, and we're going to try and hit that milestone again, but descending this time. Thumbs together on C, thumbs together on F. Now the first milestone of thumbs together, pretty easy. The thing right hand is going to still have to remember is to keep his 4th finger for all his B flats. So as we come down, thumbs together, 4 for the B flats. And then we can hit our second milestone of thumbs together. Thumbs, 4, thumbs. Pause the video at this point, have a very quick go at just that first octave, hitting thumbs together, 4 for right hand, and thumbs together on F. Now as we've gotten to the middle of this thumbs together, your right hand has what I call the little change. He's done his 4th finger, he's saving it for the B flat, so our next change must be a 3. And we're getting to thumbs together on C. So as we remember, it's thumbs together on F's and C's in the middle of our scale. So from the top, thumb on C, thumbs on F, thumbs on C. Now we know that coming up is a B flat. And what finger do we use for B flats? Our 4th. That gets you all the way home. Now we're going to just take this from the middle. Right hand does a little change. Thumbs together. 4. Again, if you need to pause it at this point, go ahead and do so. Practice from the middle. Always remember it's thumbs together in the middle and just the coming down part. Now we're going to be going from the top down those 2 octaves. Thumbs, thumbs, thumbs again. One more time. If you manage to hit all of those milestones coming down, that's really good, well done. Next up is all the way up, all the way back, remembering that that top note only plays once. Here we go, all the way through. Once more, but this time we're going to be looking at the speed and the dynamics. well done for that. I know that from some of my students who play F major hands separately first, they always wonder how on earth they're going to get them together when they're following different rules. The thing with scales is that if you can find a story that your hands do together, it kind of stops that battle of your brain trying to look at one hand over another and figuring out who's doing what change when. Following one storyline really does help to unify your hands, and it clears out your mind. So with this F major, remember to concentrate where your thumbs go together. They go together much more often than in a regular 3/4/3 scale where both hands are doing the same fingers. So in actual fact, this one can end up being easier and having more frequent milestones to tell you if you're in the right place at the right time.